Welcome to Drama Docket.
Whoop whoop. Another
Um,
week.
Another week down in the life of us. That sounded like really cliche, but I
I
kind
know.
of dig it.
I liked it though, but that's
I'm not
okay.
mad about
And
it.
then if you've been listening, you should know. We have a lot of phrases and things we like to say.
Yeah, it's like our
So
thing.
it's all right thing. So I was actually
Um,
just telling Jenna about my warm and fuzzy.
yes, and I'm so excited
So
because
we
I
gotta
he
jump
wouldn't
into
let
it.
me know
I
beforehand. We
wouldn't,
had to
because I
wait for a
wanted a
live
lot. Yeah,
reaction.
because I am like all those people in the houses, and they're like, "You only do things in front of the camera." I do. I am that bitch that only does things in front of the camera, and the rest of the time I do nothing. Okay, so for context, um, one of my friends at work, she orders like test things to see what for swag what we're gonna get. So she orders from 4imprint. Shout out to 4imprint if you want to sponsor this podcast. They sent you can order free samples from their website for not everything, but there's a lot of stuff you can order a free sample of and they just send it to you. And I was like, amazing, say less. And so I ordered two things before this, but then you had to like call customer service, and I was like, I'm not doing that. I just want my free thing. I don't want the
Yeah.
hassle of all of that. But so this came without me having to order, I mean, like talk to them. But so it's really cute. It's a stress ball. It's a stress reliever cow. Isn't it so
Cheers.
cool? It's amazing. And so I'm gonna give it to Kevin's brother, because literally Kevin's brother's, was it 14th? 14th or 15th birthday was cow. So
Oh, perfect.
I have to give it
No,
to
that's
him.
adorable.
That's adorable. And better yet, which makes it even better because this was already free.
We
So
love free.
already a win. They also gave me hot chocolate, which say less.
Say less.
I love that. And then my other warm and fuzzy is that Jenna and I and her mom and my mom started our book club, had our first book club meeting this week. It was amazing.
So I have to tell you about that.
Please.
So my mom was like, I'm sorry, I'm gonna like just drag her here for a
Drag
minute.
her. That's okay.
She was so nervous.
Oh
And
my
like
God.
even afterwards, she was like, "Did I talk too much? Was I okay? Did I do a good job? Was I like, did I do bad? Like, should I not have talked so much?" And I'm like, I literally
No.
texted her, like, hold on, I'm gonna pull up the receipts because she
Yeah.
even
Pull them
texted me
up.
after, like, she was talking to me about it, and
Yeah.
then she texted me after
Yeah.
and was like, "Did I do okay?" And this is what I said. I said, "You did great. As Michael and I say, it's not that serious. It's meant to be fun. There's no expectations. Just be you.
Exactly. And
Like,
this
it's
isn't like,
not that
it's not that
serious."
serious. It's not the podcast. It's not recorded. It's not that. I'm just, oh my God, that's so cute though. My mom was kind of the same way. She was a little nervous before because she was like, well, like, how should we do it? Because we've had such problems in our other book club,
Yeah.
different time. But like, but so like, we've had such times that she's like, well, what should we do? And I was like, I feel like this is way more low key. Like, if we just kind of tell them something, or they want to, like, they'll give us an idea if they want to pick a book. Because she was worried about the next book. Because she was like, oh well, like I think this one, but like I don't want to say it and like pick the book. And I was like, honestly, it's Jenna and her mom. It's Jenna and Jennifer. Like it's
Yeah,
really
like, it's
not.
not
It's real
that
serious. And it's just
serious.
a good time. And she's like, oh okay. So then we're talking, and yeah, and I was like, but she was also like a little nervous for the next one because she was like not wanting to go to that. So she was like trying to enjoy it, but also freaked out that we
Ah,
had like done the back to back. So this time they're now 2 weeks apart. So we're
amazing.
cool.
And well,
So
so that was my mom. My mom goes, "Did I not let Joy talk enough?" And I was like,
no,
"If Joy
Joy
wanted to
wants to
talk,
talk.
Joy would
Joy
talk."
talk. Exactly. Joy knows how to talk. She's fine. She's a big girl. But
I
I
was like,
love that our
"Mom,
parents
chill."
are like our moms are like both so anxious.
So anxious.
And it's
Like
so
my mom's like sitting there, she's like, "Am I dressed okay?" Meanwhile, I'm literally in
yeah.
my moo like,
You're like, I'm in a movie, so I don't there's no standard of what's okay here. Like it's
yeah, like
fine. Everything's
chill.
okay. I just imagine because we've always talked about like your family having a show, and I'm just
Yeah.
imagining like you would film a scene and then she'd come up to you. Was that good? And I'm
Yeah.
like,
Did I
you were
do okay?
yourself, so yeah. Like, was I okay? Like, I can just imagine also the biggest problem with your family, and also I can imagine having this problem myself. Is I'd look at the camera too much. I'd be like, oh my God, every
Literally be
time.
like,
I know, like, well, that's there. But I
be like
think
in
that
the
would
middle
be
of yelling at my brother and be like, "Do I
Hey,
look
there's a
okay?"
camera. I know that look good. No, I see. That's what I would love. That's why I think it'd be better for our show because I would kind of like it to be a little bit like Denise Richards in the act of like, I want you to. It's okay to acknowledge a game. Like not on Housewives, you're not supposed
Yes.
to break the fourth wall. In this one, and like on the Kardashians, break the fourth wall. That's
Yeah.
fine because it's more like a documentary than it is.
Yeah,
like that, like Housewives. So like I think, break the fourth wall. But I
I
would love
agree.
that though. It'd be
I
so
love
fun.
a good fourth wall break. Like
And I would
that's
love, we would have so many bloopers. They would be like, we've actually never had this level of bloopers in the
you
history
could
of
do like a full season of
a
just
whole
bloopers.
season of bloopers. Exactly. Like the first like month of filming, bloopers. Like
Yeah,
it would
we
take
take for
months.
yeah.
I know. I mean, we're reality TV experts, but like
They're
I couldn't
not,
possibly.
so
No,
we'd
no,
have to
they're not.
like
No,
bring them up to
exactly.
speed.
Take them time. I feel like your brother, seamless. He'd be perfect. No problem.
He would, yeah. No notes.
No,
You got
you
it.
got it. You've nailed it. You're cool. No notes. Keep everyone going. Everyone else, a couple notes. We have
We need to have a meeting.
because you're actually like on the fence, like on the bubble of being let go. You're like you could be demoted if you're not gonna keep it going. They won't even have, like they joke that they say like producers like have meetings where they're like, "Hey, you got to bring her, or you're going to be demoted or fired." It would be us. The producers wouldn't have to. It'd be the two of us being like, "Get your shit together. We have a show to make." Like, what
I'm
the
not
hell?
impressed.
I'm not
Fix
impressed.
it.
Be better. You have 2 more weeks of filming. Get it together. Like,
Yes.
God, take a nap, take a drink, and go do it better. Like,
Yeah.
do it again. Okay. But on to your warm and fuzzy.
Oh, my warm and fuzzy actually happened today. It was a
Love.
very pleasant surprise.
Yes.
I had an old friend reach out to me who I have not spoken to in
Yeah.
like 4 years.
Uh-huh.
And we actually talked on the phone for like an hour and a half, and it was a really great conversation.
Mm-hmm.
Just catching up. I've missed her for a very long time, and like
Yeah.
I think about her a lot. But it's one of those things where you drift apart, you don't know how to reach out. But yeah, so like I'll be honest, I was nervous going into it because again, we haven't talked in 4 years, so I don't know.
Jenna did text me at 6:30 in the morning and be like, "Can I call you? Because I'm worried. I need to
So-
go over this." And
So
I was like,
funny
"Oh,
thing when I texted you that, I texted you and I was like, oh shit, because I like here it was like 10:30,
Right,
or
right.
like 9:30, so I was like, oh, like it's not. And then I was like, wait, no, it's like really early for him. I'm so sorry.
no, it's cool."
Not like he'll get it when he gets it.
Yeah,
like,
yeah, and I did, and it was perfect. But I was like, "Oh, this is serious." Love.
But yeah,
Yeah.
so it was really, really good, and so I'm just thankful that happened.
Yes.
And so that's my warm and fuzzy.
I'm obsessed. I love that. Okay, cold and prickly.
You go first.
Okay, so my cold and prickly. Damn it, I had it. Okay, no, I know what it is. Well, it's like a cold and prickly, but it's also like a warm and fuzzy. So, or it's not a warm and fuzzy. It's not like the worst thing that's happened, but though. So our new season of our favorite show, Secret Lives of Mormon Wives, is out, and it came out yesterday, and it has been so hard not to binge the whole season and watch every single
Have you
episode.
started?
I will be very frank with you. I did watch the first episode because I could not
So-
contain myself.
Casey and I are planning tomorrow night.
Tomorrow night. Okay, I will. This is you guys are saying insider of how we decide that. I would love to watch it with you. So I'm gonna hold
Amazing.
off and I will watch it tomorrow with you.
Yeah, because we like talked about it. We're like, when works, because
I
like we
know.
can't be sitting on this for too long.
No,
like,
I agree.
And because
And
I'm
they
kind of
dropped
mad
the-
that they dropped the whole thing. Like
Well,
I like
so-
to have one episode and then discuss, and then one episode
Right.
and discuss.
So I agree, and I think we've gotten so trained and so
Yes.
institutionalized because we're used to Bravo shows.
Yeah.
Or even other Hulu shows or other like network shows where they come out every week. So to be dropped a show like all at once is kind of crazy because you're like, and okay,
doesn't happen.
another sticking point, and this actually we're going to talk about this later on in the episode after we have our one segment that I have planned. But like, I am really, really, really pissed that there's only 10 episodes. I know there could be 15. Give me fucking 15 episodes. Like, or if they're not going to give me 10, there better be a fucking reunion. That's all I
So,
have to ask.
We've had
Because
this.
there's-
I know we've had this conversation on here before. There's-
yeah, rewind. I
10
want to.
is not enough. 10
8
is not enough.
8 is not enough. 10 is not enough. Honestly, 15 is not enough. But
It's not.
but
I'll take it though.
I'll
but it's not
concede.
enough.
But like I saw that and I was like, because I was honestly expecting probably my own issue, and because I think we said this, not that anyone official, not like Hulu announced this. It was just us talking about it. I was like, there's got to be 20 episodes. So I log in and I go, oh, there's only 10. So in my mind, not even my first thought isn't even, oh, they've dropped the whole season. I go, oh, they've only dropped half the season. The other half is coming later.
That have been my thought as well.
But no, it's actually just the whole season. And it pisses me off because so much happens in that first episode. And there's so much we see in the trailer, so much we see in like, I will say the opening, even the first minute of the show where they tease basically the whole season. And none of that is even talked about in the first episode. Like there is so much that's talked about. And I was like,
Well,
oh my God.
remember last season they had like a clip in the like promo or whatever,
Mhm.
and it didn't even like it was the boxing thing, and
There
it
was
didn't
so
even
much that was
occur
cut.
in the actual
Right. There was
like
so much that was
show.
cut. There was so much
Yeah.
that was cut for the first season. They didn't have it to air because didn't have enough episodes. So I don't know what Hulu's doing. So this is the message to Hulu. Get your shit together and give our girls more episodes.
And if you can't get your shit together, Bravo, pick it up because I know
Exactly.
you can fucking do it.
Bravo, Netflix, Peak, like anyone else can pick it up if they're not going to get their shit together. And because I actually saw some tea where because they were at Stagecoach
Yes.
like not too long ago, and there were cameras, and they're like official cameras. They're not like their own cameras. They were like official cameras, which means they're being filmed for season 3. Since season 2's
Yeah.
already out, they can't add to season 2.
Clearly.
Since they dropped the whole season already, they can't add to it. It's not like a Bravo where they can maybe add in clips or cut out clips. The clips are out there. Everything is out there to be watched. So clearly they're filming for another season. So if we don't, this is another notice, 15 or more, no less. If it's
Yeah.
not at least 15 episodes the next season, because our girls are currently fighting. Like
Yeah,
Jesse
like
and
literally, like
Nikki,
on
Jen,
Instagram.
they're fighting on Instagram. They're fighting on podcasts. They're fighting. Farted, yikes. They're fighting on yikes. They're fighting on TikTok. They're fighting everywhere. So why aren't we filming it? It's just mind-boggling to me. But
I agree.
it's horrifying. But yeah, I will say when we'll talk more about it when you want after you guys watch
Yes.
after we watch the first episode together, and then like every week we'll watch
Yeah,
it. But
catch
like
up next week. We'll be digging into Mom Talk.
yeah, exactly. Get ready. We'll talk about episode 1, and then we can't talk about episode 2 the following week because we have a special guest. But that's okay.
Very excited.
It'll keep you hyped up for we're gonna talk about Secret Lives.
Keep you on your toes.
Keep you on your toes. Okay, funny moment. So I was listening to I saw a clip of a podcast where Demi was talking about something, and she was talking about a moment where Jesse and her were supposed to go to a podcast, but then she kind of flaked on her, and um, then Jesse went to that podcast by herself. Well, I remember, don't know if the listeners were involved in this, but we were like talking to Jesse. Like Jesse was DMing Drama Talk, which obsessed by. So she was DMing, and she was at that podcast where the whole some more shit went down between her and Demi, or she did things that Demi doesn't like. She was DMing us when that was happening. So just letting you know, she was talking shit about stuff that's going to be on the season, and we're there. Just imagine Drama Docket is on in the background.
We're there.
We're in the background, guys. So you hear it, it's us. If you see Jessie and she's emailing someone, it's us.
It's us.
It's us. Just to know it's us. Because I heard that and I was like, oh my God, it's us. It's Drama Docket.
That's amazing.
Right, I know. Too bad she never got back to us. But we still like you, Jesse.
Yeah, we're still fans.
We're still fans. Come on the podcast.
Still love to have you.
Still love to have you. Even Whitney.
Yeah,
come
we'll
on
take
the
any of you. I mean, we're just obsessed with the show.
We're just obsessed. Like, all of you could come on if you wanted.
And like, I'm psyched for the new season.
And I will say the only thing I will give away is Casey will be very, very pleased because someone she enjoys very much is bringing it. Like she is.
I'm very. She's
taking it to hell. That. She's taking it to hell.
I saw her one clip where she was like, I don't even remember what she said because now my mind goes blank. But it was like
it was
like,
good.
You go, girl.
And that was not even what was in the first episode. And it was good.
Oh,
so,
amazing.
Say less. Okay,
but my cold and prickly.
Yeah, what's your cold and prickly? Go.
Well, in this moment, I am sweating.
I know, I was sweating too. That's why I have shorts on.
It is so I have shorts on, like my window's open. I have my fan on, which literally has not been on in like months.
Yeah.
And I am like roasting.
Yeah.
So that is my cold and prickly. I hate to sweat.
Oh
and,
my God, yeah.
I'm sweating.
Like I don't like to sweat if it's not the time. Like I'm okay to sweat like if I'm at the gym. Really no other time. Like
time and place.
Time and place. And it's time and place. And it's not the time nor the place while we're recording Drama Doc. It's all nowhere. It's actually never the time for us. Even at the gym it's annoying. So I get that. And I'm sweating now. So that's why I have to put shorts on. Because that's why I'm also my other warm and fuzzy before we get into our one and only segment before we just random talk. Is I'm getting my nails done tomorrow. Finally. Kevin actually sent the text message to like get my nail person to like do it. And I was like, thank God, because I've been harassing her too much. Well, so she finally responded and confirmed. And so I was like, the last time I was in there, it was hot and she didn't have AC. Although she was even sweating it, but she didn't have like a fan on or anything. So I was sweating because I had like a sweatshirt and long pants. So next time, shorts. I'm not sweating. I
You're
don't
gonna
care.
be
I'm
prepared.
gonna be prepared. I'd rather be cold. I'd rather be frigid than hot
Hell,
and sweat.
yesterday I was in, speaking of that, I was in, because I substituted this week a couple days, and I was in fourth grade yesterday, and I found out that my classroom was one of the only like three in the school that has AC. Well, I was sweating.
Yeah.
And another teacher comes in, he goes, "Oh, here, like I'll turn on the AC." I was freezing, but I was like, I ain't turning it off.
Yeah.
Like, I don't care if these kids are freeze. I don't, their
No.
lips can turn blue, but I am not sweating. I'm airing out the pits and I am happy.
1000%. I would be like, sorry, as the TikTok sound goes, fuck them kids. I'm being cold. Like
Yeah.
I am being cold. Like no, I would take that any day. And like I just love it. Like anytime I feel the chill, I go, ugh,
Like it's
just
so
have it.
nice.
It's fine. I'm like,
The goosebumps. Ooh,
yes, ooh,
yeah.
I love a goosebump. Because otherwise I'm having to put on so much deodorant and smell. Because if
Yes.
I do sweat, immediately don't smell good anymore.
So funny thing about deodorant that you say
Yeah.
that this is I'm gonna roast myself here for a
Roast
second.
yourself, yeah.
I have
Love
been out of
accountability.
deodorant for like a week and I've been using my mom's. And I've literally been because what happened was I was planning to go to get it last Friday.
Yeah.
Well, then last Friday, I had the whole bank card situation.
Yes.
So I don't have a bank card. Well, I did go take money out, but
Oh, right.
I literally was at the store 4 times this week, and not one of those
Never
4 times did I buy deodorant. So I'm still using my mom's.
No, that's over. Honestly, the only reason we have deodorant is I'm not on top of it. Kevin's on top of it because he buys it in bulk from Costco. So like I only know to have it and put it on because he is restocked. He's like taken the empty one, thrown it away, and restocked it. Otherwise, I'd be like, well,
See, so I was at BJ's like probably like a month ago now, and I literally looked at the like
deodorant.
bulk deodorant, and I was
Yeah.
because I used to buy it when I lived in Massachusetts, and I was like, oh, I should get that, but I was like,
Yeah.
nah, I'm good. I got a whole stick, like it's fine. Yeah, now look at me.
Now look where you're at. Stinky. No.
Always buy the bulk deodorant.
Always buy bulk deodorant. BJ's, if you want to sponsor this podcast.
We are happy.
We're happily to abide. We know you mistreated Jenna, but that's out the
I
window.
can get over it.
Yeah, a paycheck fixes everything.
Everything.
I mean, we were talking before. Again, we keep delaying the first thing, but it's okay. We'll get there.
It's fine. We'll get there.
It's not really a segment. It's actually not one we'll get there. What was I talking about? We were crap.
The thing we were talking about that, like, there's very little we won't.
Oh yes,
for
because
money.
Jenna and I were on the phone. And I was like, because I was giving some updates about like Kevin's schooling and how I'm really annoyed with them, and I was annoyed with them when I went there, and they're pissing me off with him too. And I was like, you couldn't pay, like I'm not sending my kids there. And I said, but if they're gonna pay the tuition and pay me, the school, not my kid, like if the school is gonna pay tuition and pay me to send my kids there, say less. And I didn't even have a high amount. I said $10,000. That's not that bad. That's not that much. I don't think that's unreasonable. Like, so I it's not that. I even said you could probably pay me with like chocolate, and I'd be like, okay.
Okay.
Like as long as I don't have to expend any cash and could get some kind of benefit. Like that's why I love this. It was free. I love that. That's why I love going.
Free.
I love to go to like job fairs or like conferences purely because you can be away from your home life and you can go to the pool and it's like okay, it's not like a hassle to go to the pool, but also you get free stuff. They love to give you free crap. I don't care if I'm never going to use it. I want free crap.
It's like that, like, I want that serotonin boost.
Yes,
like,
I need something.
That hit where it's
exactly. I need that hit because I can't go buy anything. I got no money.
Literally.
I've got like every dollar has a particular place where it goes. So I don't got a lot of fun money. So like every time I can like get something free, it's like I've gone and shopped.
Exactly.
Okay. But that's a nice transition to our segment, which is actually it's a little triggering.
Wait, hold on, pause. What's our fuck? I was gonna try. What's when they're on the reunion and they have their package? It's a time for the first package.
It's actually my package, Jenna. Let me have it. So, okay, our first package is actually a little triggering because so a year ago today, Jenna, well, actually it's tomorrow, but in terms of the calendar day, a year ago today, Jenna and I graduated law school.
That's hilarious.
Hilarious, right? But so what's concerning is I saw people because people are graduating today and they're posting and they're, having their great time. And I was like, oh my God, they don't know what hell is on their way. Like they don't know they're about to go through. So
Right.
our segment is, so I kind of want a little bit of a reflection before we talk
We
about our
love a
fun stuff.
reflection.
So like what do you want to like, do you have anything you want to reflect on in the past year of like, can you imagine that a year ago today we were graduating from law school and
So
now
it is
where you're at?
insane because a year ago we were graduating and it was a high. Like we were so happy. Like it was such a moment. I mean, we'd worked 3 years just for that moment.
Yeah.
And like it felt so good.
And yeah, because it
Um,
was finally like we had hit it. We are like, oh my God, like we finally,
we're
and Jenna and I
done.
really haven't had a graduation in person. Like my
No,
graduation was a drive-through. Jenna's was really not a great experience. Didn't really have one. So
no.
we were like, this is our first in-person full like parade,
College graduation.
like full ass, like whole like, thing
Whole
of
shebang.
a whole shebang. That's the word I was looking for. Thank you. Like it was the whole thing, and I like it was a little nerve-wracking because Jen and I are like anal retentive. So I'm thinking because we had to like walk onto the stage and then you had to grab something, shake someone's hand, stop and
We
take a
did get to
picture.
practice. Like,
We did
can
get
I
to
just go?
practice.
No, we didn't.
No, we didn't. You didn't. Oh, we didn't. No,
That
you're
was
right.
yeah,
Yeah,
we
I
did
thought you
get
said
to
we
and
did.
like
Not. Then I was gonna be like, we did. I was like,
no,
okay.
and
Yeah, no.
like I mean, I the only real graduation I had was my high school graduation, but we still
Yeah.
had to practice.
We had 2 days of practice for that.
Yeah,
And that
like
was way less people, way less serious. This one we had to walk on the stage. You had to grab a diploma. It wasn't really a diploma. Then you had to like shake someone's hand. You had to stop and take a picture of them to hood you because we have to get hooded. And then you had to leave the stage and shake someone else's hand and then go down the stage and get back to your seat. And it was horrifying. And it
so
was,
I missed shaking one of those people's hands because
yeah,
I was so overwhelmed after I got hooded that
right.
I
She just
literally just
ignored
walked
it.
right past the person and was like, I was going upstairs. I was like, wait, I didn't shake their hand, but
I will say, like, I barely shook his hand, and because I had the professor. I don't think you had, what's his name? His name, I we won't say it, but he was the torts professor. Like, we didn't, I don't think you
yeah,
had him, except
no,
maybe your first time around at law
no,
school.
I didn't.
Or not even then. Okay, then no
No,
worries. But like so you never had him. So like in your mind, he just didn't register, and that's
he
what
like
I'm.
didn't even exist. Like
He's
I
like,
was just
you're
like,
like, I'm
get down the
just
stairs,
gotta get
don't
down
trip.
there.
Like
And the thing too is like you all know, I am a tripper. I will fall up, I will fall downstairs, I will fall anywhere. And I had to make sure that at no point I fell because it was in front of people that we don't like, so I don't want that kind of embarrassment. It was on camera. It was being photographed by everyone at the school. And like I didn't want that embarrassment. Not that the school uses our pictures for anything at all. This is a side note, as a reflection, because now they love to post pictures of their students and like have them all in the wild. Why not take pictures of us? We're good
we were
looking.
always there.
And not to be mean, and this is actually going to sound very rude, and I probably shouldn't say it, but I'm going to. They post uggos. Why can't they post us? Just saying. Like,
You
enough.
took the words right out of my mouth. The amount of times I've seen the post and been like, dude, look at that
Jeez.
guy's face. Oh my God. Like she's looking rough today.
Right,
Like,
and you look and you're like, wait, that's her like at the best. That's them
yeah.
at the best they could possibly look because they had full knowledge that they were being like pictures would be taken. For context, whenever they would take pictures at our school, they never posted them because it was only like the cool people at our school, whatever, that they posted pictures of, or like if you were some highly elected official or something. But like when they would take pictures of us, we would be in our classroom, we'd come there like hell. We were not having a good, it was awful. So I'm not like prepared to look gorgeous. And like, and they're like, oh, we're gonna take pictures today. Just so you know, there's probably a camera crew. There's probably a camera guy and camera crew running around. I was like, you
Thanks.
serious?
Like
Thanks.
it's so funny to think back because I remember like the when I first started law school, I had all these outfits planned out. I was like, oh, I'm gonna like look good every day. And by
Yeah.
like the second year, I was in sweatpants every day, sweatpants, Crocs, and a hoodie, like
What?
every single day from year two on. Like
Right. I think one
literally,
time Jenna wore jeans and I was like, whoa, what are you doing? Like,
literally, I was like, look, I dressed up
I know.
today.
And so,
Meanwhile, I have jeans, Crocs, and a t-shirt on.
right, but that's a dressing up. But the thing is that that's funny because so we were and they told us like before we started at orientation, they were like, so like, this is a professional thing. So if you want to dress up, you could, like it's not weird to do that. kind of thing. And so then I'm thinking, oh my God, they want you to dress up. This is school. I'm not dressing up. And it was hot. I am
No.
gonna get hot no matter what. So I was gonna get hot. Like I was gonna be hot if I had to be all dressed up. So I didn't want to. So I didn't the first day. I wore like I wore a cute outfit because I'm not stupid. I'm not like I want to look good. So I wore a cute outfit. But everyone, I saw like half the people in our class were dressed up, and I was like, and at first we didn't see 2Ls and 3Ls because we weren't in the same
No.
classes, and we were there way more than they were. And I was like, oh my God, is everyone dressed like this? I was freaked out. I was like, they're gonna kick me out. That was the first
Yeah.
time. Like they're gonna be like, you gotta leave. Like you can't be like that. Like leave, like go home. They didn't, thankfully. But then I was like, well, should I dress up? And then after we came the second day, no one dressed up. I was like, oh, okay, perfect.
Yeah, no, and like when I was in undergrad, I never left my room.
Yeah.
Like if I left my room in like not jeans, like
Yeah.
that was a very rare occasion. And
Oh,
like that only happened like
interesting.
Sunday morning brunch. Like
Oh, okay.
I
Love
never
that you had Sunday morning brunch.
always
In
had
college.
like real clothes, looked my best. Then I went to law school and
And it
like I
just went
said, I
down.
started out strong and then I was like,
She really
why?
did try. She really
Why?
Right. Exactly, no. And actually our special guest, which I won't announce until later, but she dressed up almost every single day.
She looks
like
so good
she
always.
literally every single day. And I was like,
Even when she dressed down though, she was like
she
serving
was
a
good.
look.
No, either way, she was serving looks. It was not like it never looked bad. Even like we had our PMBR weekend. That's the thing I think about the most in terms of graduation. That was the worst because someone posted that they were going to their PMBR. They were having the PMBR weekend. I said, "God bless you." That was the worst weekend of Jen and I's life because at some point it became such a joke. Like she was racist. She said like terrible.
It took us like 3 hours to get through like 5 questions.
Exactly, and we're supposed to go through. We were supposed to go through 100 questions. I think like. For like I think we're supposed to go through like 200 questions for like the 3 days because they're like, oh, this will be kind of like the bar. You'll go through 200 questions. It'll be like going through like the bar exam, and we'd go through 5. And like, not only was it like, because sometimes there were some questions. We had some people who asked some questions, which I was like, can we just move through this? But sure. But like, mostly it was her taking 12 fucking years to describe a single question. And because she didn't know the answer, so half the time she was wrong. And I was like, I don't know that, but I know it's not that answer. I was like,
yeah, like I'm not a genius, but like I know you're wrong.
I definitively know that is incorrect. Like you are so wrong, so off on that one. And that was like, and I just remember, and hey, they can't do anything to us now. But because you were supposed to stay like the whole time. It was 8 hours. It was 8 hours. Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, right? It was 3 days. And it was right around the time of like almost finals. So it's like we had to be getting ready for like writing papers and doing other things.
It was nice outside.
And it was starting to get nice outside.
And it was a weekend.
And it was a weekend. And they're screwing us. And I was like, so Jen and I, like, it was, we stayed, we got there at 8. And it was lunch, and you get like the hour for lunch. And Jen and I were like, we're going fucking home. Jen and I just went to Jenna's house. Well, we went for the first day, and I was like,
yes,
this is bullshit. This is bullshit. Like,
and we were like texting each other. I was like, dude, like, I don't know how much longer how can I leave?
She was like, I'm gonna leave.
Like, are we allowed to leave? Like, how can I leave?
The thing is, like, what are they gonna do? Because the only thing we were worried about is we had to like check in. So that's why Jen and I was like, well, we have to go.
Yes.
We have to go and check in, but then we're leaving. And we inspired people because we were like leaving and no one else was doing it. They go, you're leaving? And I was like, yeah, it's a waste of fucking time. Like, I'm not staying here when I could just read the book myself. Like, so I'm not going to stay here for this, asinine weekend. And literally, there were people drafting emails of how terrible it was to tell the school how terrible it was. So, and they were gonna like file like formal complaints against them. So you think we're going to stay the whole time? No. Jen and I went home and watched Real Housewives.
It was because we ordered dinner and
we ordered dinner. We had a great time. Like we had a nice afternoon, and then we went home. Because either way, we were gonna hang out. So like, why not? And like, they made us stay till like 4. One night she's like, "Well, I guess we don't have to stay till 5 today. Stay till 5. I'm not staying till 5."
Well, yeah, that was the thing because remember they told us it was 8 to 4. Like
yes.
That's what they.
Oh,
like,
and
like,
even
professors had told us.
And they said 8 to 4, and they were like, "Well, I think I heard this could easily be a complete fabrication on my part. I thought they said 8 to 3. So I was like, oh, 8 to 3 isn't terrible. Like,
yeah.
And you get lunch? Sure, I guess I could do that. I don't really want to hang out with certain people for 7 hours, but sure, I'll do it for like 7, and I get free lunch. And like, and then they're like, oh, well, and then she was like, okay, we'll be here until 5. One time I was like, no.
Yeah, we were looking at it, and then it was like hit 5, and she just kept going.
Yes, that was the first day, and she didn't stop.
What are you doing?
Right, exactly. And she was nowhere near done, and she was like, And then eventually I think someone finally said something. They're like, well, it's past 5. Like you said we could
Yeah.
leave. It's like 5:20. Can we leave? And she was like, oh, okay, I guess, but we're gonna have to do it even more tomorrow. And I was like, we might have to stay later tomorrow. I'm not staying later. No, I'm not. I didn't pay
No,
to do this. You're not paying me to do this. No, and this wasn't
no.
helpful. It'd be different if we were like so in depth and it was
Yes.
really, really helpful. And then I could say, this sucks and I don't want to be here, but I will stay. Like I will power through and I'll be here. But no, not when it was a waste of time. But to the point of why I said the PMBR is our special guest. Even then, she didn't do a full dress up because she had to drive an hour and a half, but she like did a cute like workout set icon. And I was like, even to this, which is bullshit, you're still dressing it cute. Love that for her.
You know, I like seriously like blocked out the PMBI. Like
I know, it was
like
so
literally
bad.
like until you said like those letters together,
Right.
like literally it was not in the brain at all. Like I don't even think there was a file on it. But like it like dusted it off and
Yeah,
ripped
it was like
out.
the
But,
file was like really shoved in the back there, and it was like
yeah, it was like one of those ones that was like crinkled and like stuffed,
yeah, and like hidden
underneath a
yeah,
dresser or something.
yeah, it's shoved underneath there, like crumpled up, like honestly, probably partially redacted. Like it
That's
was really
crazy.
terrible because
That was awful.
it was so bad. And like because every single time we'd have a break, she would be like, we would turn around, we would be talking to people. And it was a thing. The best part about it though is like it bonded everyone because we
Yes.
all thought it was bullshit. And that was it. Because at first, Jen and I were like, well, maybe it's just us. Like maybe we're just like some people, maybe this is actually a helpful experience and we're just kind of like assholes or like we don't want to be here. We're like the worst. And like then people can be like, oh my God, this fucking sucks. And I was like, oh, okay, thank God.
Thank you,
Like,
thank you,
thank
thank
you.
you.
Thank God for affirming to honestly, the only reason Jen and I even stayed until lunch, because you got like a small break, the only reason Jen and I stayed till lunch is to get the free food. And then
Yeah.
after the second day when we learned, they like said, oh, basically it's the same food. Jen and I were like, fuck that. We'll just go home. We left even earlier. We were like, no.
Yeah, we're like that. We don't need to stay for lunch. We're good.
Right, exactly. And then we came Sunday, signed in and left. Like, I don't even think we stayed any part of the day because we're like, screw
I
this.
don't think
I'm
so
gonna
either. I think we like literally walked in,
Signed.
signed in, and left.
And exactly, because the
Like-
thing is, the reason we signed in, everyone, is we had like our bar professor was the one like kind of doing this. We love her and respect her,
Love her.
and we couldn't have it not be noted because she's a tough ass and a hard ass, and I respect that. But like, I knew she would yell at us if she saw the sheet and she didn't see our name on all 3 days. So I was like, and then I think she didn't. I didn't even think it cared. I don't even think
Yeah, I
she
don't
cared.
even think it counted for anything.
I know. And I was like, fuck, because that's the thing too. I thought again. Completely could be a fabrication on my part that it was like it had
That's mandatory, right?
it was I thought they said it was mandatory and it like counted towards your grade, so you had to go.
Yeah.
And then we learned very quickly that it didn't.
No.
It actually didn't matter at all. Like, and it wasn't graded. There was nothing that could affect your grade, or you would get like points or like extra credit or anything. Like there was nothing, no other benefit, and it was actually not helpful. So we were like, deuces, and we inspired people to leave too. We were legends. We were
Icons.
icons. It's not shocking to any of you who listen, but it was to us. No, because they were like, because then we came back Monday and they're like, oh, are you the two that left? And we're like, yep.
Yep, we
That was us.
are.
That was actually us. Thanks for remembering. I was like, don't be telling, our professor, but yes,
Yes, we started the movement.
we started the movement to leave the crap, and they reformed it. It was allegedly, she said it was better, but like. Because then it was only Saturday and Sunday. And I was like, I could have maybe not even, I still was awful, but at least it could have been more. Because that was the thing to me. I was like, okay, cool. I don't have to go to bar prep because that was the only class we had on Friday.
Yeah.
But like, still, I'd rather go to bar prep than this. At least bar prep was helpful. I'd be scared the whole time, but at least it was helpful.
I would have rather gone to bar prep Friday, Saturday, and Sunday than
Yes, than
have
this.
that.
Exactly. I agree. And we had someone, and another reason it went longer on is so we had you know who I'm talking about. He's an idiot. And
yes.
you know, so he like asked questions, and it's fine to ask questions. I get it, but seriously, the dumbest questions. And the lady would get the answer wrong. He would call her out to say she was wrong, and we're like, okay, cool. He realizes, and hey, someone's saying it. Thank God. And then he would say the also wrong answer, which was even more clearly not right. And I was like, okay, guy, like you can't be fighting about who's wrong.
He would
These are
like
both
ask
wrong.
questions and it's like if she doesn't even know the answers to the questions she's providing and going
Yeah.
over with us,
Yeah.
how is she going to be able to answer your questions?
Exactly.
Like she's not.
And that should have been figured out like after the first day. After we had the first day of events and it went to shit, and then the second day, I would never ask another question because I was like, it would be useless because she clearly doesn't know.
No.
And she even had like the book where she should be able to like read to it and flip to it, but she would read the answer because then she would like because she would like say the answer. She's like, well, I let's do our little like method of like picking which is the right answer. She like cross them out. She's like, well, this is the right answer, and then she go to the book and be like, oh, and it
Well,
wasn't the right.
actually,
Well, actually, I guess my method wasn't right, or like, oh, well, some of the times the method doesn't really work, and I was like, no, I just think the method never fucking works. It's actually
yeah.
not like a situational thing. It's just this method doesn't work because you don't know what you're talking about. So then she would turn to the answer and be like, oh, well, this is actually the answer, and she was just reading the explanation. And she's like, makes sense, right? And I was like, you don't know it, so how does it make sense? You just read the fucking, you just read the explanation. You didn't give us an explanation. You read it, the answer from the fucking book. Give me the fucking book. Like,
Like literally, like, and they thought like she was gonna help us pass the bar. I mean, I didn't even
but
without her,
but I
like,
mean,
still.
honestly, she didn't contribute any help at all to any way.
Yeah.
Like, no, and I was like, oh my god, this is such fun. And I mean, honestly, because I love to go to things like we say, like I love to go to like a I love to go to a conference. I was like, oh, this is kind of what they'll be. We'll have a whole
Yeah.
weekend. We'll get to see our like classmates in a different environment. Like it'll be cool. Then Jenna and I can go debrief afterwards. It was exhaustingly awful the whole time. Like I was like, this is. I was like, this is the word. And she was so rude. Oh, fuck
She
me.
was so rude.
So rude. Like, literally, we came in, and honestly, she called us base. She didn't say this word. I mean, she said a lot of other terrible, awful things, but she literally said we were dumb, and like in a nice way. She's like, like, I mean, like, you're all here because you obviously don't like know what to do, so I'm here to help you because I've been doing this for 20 years, and I know how to help people who don't know what they're doing or something. And I was like, what?
But
I
you
was like,
don't, because
and
you don't know what you're doing,
right, and so
lady.
exactly, and that, and it's like before learning that she knew nothing, I was like, okay, kind of a condescending,
It was
rude
very
tone.
aggressive
It was
to
very
like start
aggressive, very
out.
condescending, and I was like, okay, well, if you can at least help me, I'll take condescension, not for
Yeah.
long, but I'll take it a little bit if you're gonna be helpful. Then I will like, okay, and I was like, at first, like at first hour, maybe two, I was actually taking notes of her like method of picking an answer, and I was like, well, this is what our professor had said, like she had said. So I was like, well, she already probably had those notes. So eventually I stopped like writing notes. And then I was like, oh yeah, all of this is crap. Like this is entirely just all crap.
Yeah.
Like, and she's like not even like having like her own thought. Like she's reading from the booklet to tell her what to say. She's not even having like a, I thought she'd been doing this for 20 years. And so eventually I was like, yeah, this is crap. I'm
It
not
was a
staying.
joke.
It was a
Absolute joke.
joke. Absolute joke. But like
But
think so
hey, the
hey,
memories,
the
you know?
memories, exactly reflection. But like it was actually
Reflection.
reflection, and it because it bonded some of us there. Because some of the people who were in front of us who we didn't really talk to, it bonded us. It bonded Jen and I even more. It was like it was actually quite a good time because it's now a funny joke that we went through,
Yes.
and that's like it's the same with law school. It's kind of like oh, haha. Like it's taken a long time. It's like a
Long
year,
time.
probably still
A
even more than
full
a
year.
It probably is going to take even more time. But we've gotten to a place where like it's not there's not the sting of law school because for a long time there was the sting of law school and sting of not passing the bar. So you're like, okay, like there was just like no wanting to talk about it except with Jen and I and like my mom. Like really, I didn't want to talk about it with anyone else because I was
No.
like, I'm just gonna have to be embarrassed again. But now I think the sting has worn off a little more,
You know
and
what
so I'm
has helped
better.
me immensely
Yeah.
is reminding myself
Hmm.
it's not that serious.
You guys hear you hear it from us all the time. It's really just John
It's
not that serious. Like
it's not like
no, and that's
when
the
it
thing
comes
is
down to everything, like it's
no.
just us like here's your world. It's just a tiny little blip
It's a
in the big
fraction.
world.
Exactly. And
Like,
I think for even bigger context, the world has been around for like billions of years. And this is like 3 years, which in the span of billions of years is like this much. It literally
yeah.
has no, and like you have so, like 3 years doesn't have to define your life. Like it created a lot of great things for Jen and I, but we have so much more that is better than that we're moving on from. Like
In
it's,
fact, I'll share this. So I had somebody ask me today, if I had gotten anything good out of law school, because
mhm.
I was talking kind of negative, just about the whole experience, and
As you've all
because it
probably known.
sucked. Like we know, we
Yeah,
talk
yeah,
about it, it
hey,
sucked.
it did. It was not great.
Um, but they asked me, and I was like, yeah, there was some good things. I was like, I loved what we learned about because love the law.
Yeah, the law part was interesting when it was taught to us, when we actually
Yes.
learned things.
When we had a good professor, it was great.
Right.
And then I got Michael. So
Exactly.
those were my two things.
And honestly, it's in conjunction with me, but drama docket.
Yeah,
Like
drama docket.
we got all this because of that. And like there was a couple other like but like significant moment. There's only three main like we got a degree. We had an interesting time some of the time learning. and Jen and I became best friends. So it works
Yeah.
out all, like at the end of the day, hey, that's what Jen and I remember. I honestly, if you ask me about law school, I'll go, well, Jen and I did this thing, and then Jen and I like it's
Like
that.
Michael and I went to Connecticut,
Yeah,
then we went
Michael
to
and I
Vermont, and then we
Jen
went
and I
to
saw the
Barrister
eclipse.
Ball.
Jen and I saw the eclipse. We went to Marysville. Like we had a hotel. Oh, that you mean that? Oh, I guess there's other parts.
Literally, or the days we would just like go out and like drive around
Yes.
and
Or
like
do we
be
door
like
or when we
the
DoorDash?
yes. Remember the haunted road we found?
Yes. Oh my God. Because who told me? I think it was, someone went to law school with.
Yes,
She told us about it, and I was like, oh my God, we have to like check that
we have
out.
to
And it
go. Oh,
was it was a
the
little spooky.
cemeteries we walked.
Oh, every time I see a cemetery, cemetery.
Love a cemetery.
Love a cemetery. My honestly, one of my favorite because there have a lot of good photos that I have, but one of my favorite photos of you is you're sitting like smiling ear to ear in a cemetery next to like like next to like a plot of graves, just smiling your head out. I was like, this is the perfect representation of Jenna as a person in her comfy clothes, smiling in a cemetery. Only would have been better if there was a cat, if there was Kiwi.
Kiwi was there, black cat,
Perfect.
like perfect.
That's why like Halloween is such a great time of year.
It is. I agree.
Yeah, it's
It
free.
doesn't
Yeah,
get the clout that it deserves.
I agree, but that's why I love watching like Wednesday, like that TV show, and we're watching currently Sabrina the Teenage Witch, like the new one that's on Netflix, and it's just like you sit there and you're like, "Ooh, I'm in like
It's
Halloween
spooky
time.
time.
It's spooky
Yeah,
time. Like it's great. I honestly respect the people who like celebrate spooky time all the time. Like good for
I
them.
agree. We
I'm
should do
upset.
it more.
We
We need
should.
more spooky time.
We do. Well, I mean, when I moved there, because I moved there, and then the fall of 2020,
Oh
what
my
is it?
God, just wait up. We're gonna
2026.
carve pumpkins.
Carve pumpkins,
We're
go apple
gonna
picking.
we're gonna do it all.
We're gonna do like hay rides. We'll do a haunted house. Because Jenna, I think everyone's heard this before.
The
That was the first. That was
origin
the
of our friendship.
that was the first time Jen and I hung out, just the two of us, and it was like a little nerve wracking because again, remember we were part of a cult. We were part of like a serious cult, and it was kind of like because we got like permission to do it because I think like not like our other
They
people were.
wanted us to, they were busy. And so I
Oh
was
right,
encouraged to
right,
spend time with you and do
yeah.
something with you.
And I was also secretly on the other end, then I was doing it too. So I think both of us framed it to the other, like, oh, we should just hang out, but we didn't realize that like we were being poked from the side to be like, you have to hang out. Which honestly, thanks to
We
them.
appreciate
We
it.
appreciate because honestly, doing a haunted house with someone really bonds you because you have to, like all of your like notions of like because like when you're like out and you're just like doing something regular you can like kind of put on a facade or like and you don't and you're like maybe a little nervous so you don't like do too much but when you're in a haunted house there is no bars like
Your vulnerabilities
you're
are
vulnerable
gone.
you're screaming like you're
Like
coloring like you're very scared and it bonds you because I think honestly I was like oh my God like I'm screaming in front of Jenna and like Jenna and I barely hung out but then because of that because we hung out then like I started talking to Jenna about like TV because then we started watching TV. We're watching more, hang out of more at her house, and like, and then I was like, well, do you watch like what other shows do you watch? And we learned then Housewives. So it
yeah.
all worked out in the end.
And it's like so funny to think about because like to me like I think okay we did the haunted house and from that moment on we were best friends like that's literally how it works in my
There's nothing
brain.
else in between.
There's nothing it was just
Right.
bam.
And like the thing too is like, and also like I think we were becoming that way, but I think other people were realizing that and they were like, oh, those two, like, hey, whoa, why did we let them hang out? Oh, I remember why. I remember what happened. There was supposed to be like a Halloween party and they screwed us over and we then couldn't go to the Halloween party.
Yes.
So we're like, well, then we got to do this. Like, we can't go to the Halloween party now
Halloween.
because no one wants to be fun anymore. They want to just be boring as hell. So then we had to go. They were like, what else could we do? We could do this. And I was like, sure. And we were studying for midterms. That was it too. They didn't want to do anything because of midterms, but they're like, you guys can hang out. I think they wanted us to fail. Now that I think about it, I think they wanted us to fail. That's
You know, it's not the first time I thought that about an exam. If we just like think about 1L year finals.
Oh my God.
Spring semester. That one I think I was set up.
You were totally set up. But joke's on them because they didn't. Well, and I don't even think you fully failed, and like you didn't get like an F. Thankfully.
No,
like certain people, like, but you did. Like you didn't, because in law school, like you hit a point for people who don't know. Fun fact, here's the law part of what we're talking about. You have, if you get like below a certain grade, depending on your school, you're then put on like academic probation, and you have to like, meet with someone and explain all of the reasons you're so stupid or whatever, or like you have to like
Pretty
tell them
much.
pretty much. And like if you're right on the edge, because I think if you're like a C, if you're on the edge of a C or below, then you have to do this whole thing. But if you're like a C plus, like a C plus basically, then you're safe. And that's what happened. Like I was on the edge, so they were like, you don't have to do documentation, but you have to meet and talk to them. And I was like, ooh. But Jenna had to do the whole
The
thing.
whole thing. And because I got a C minus.
A C minus, and she actually went back to the professor, and the professor's like, oh, I should have given you way more points.
And
Bullshit.
so me being the nice little timid person that I can
Right.
be was
We're
like
like, okay.
respecting her decision and was just like, okay, like, but I still accept the C minus. And then come to find out she did that to somebody else, and somebody else was like, well, are you gonna give me a higher grade? And she changed it.
And Jenna learned from right on then, got to be more assertive. But
Gotta
hey,
be.
but honestly, I think I even being more assertive is fine. But honestly, it was disrespect. It feels disrespectful, and maybe it's because we're
Yes.
so institutionalized, and you're not supposed to question professors and such. But like honestly, like I don't think it's really. I still think it's inappropriate. I feel like it's
I
weird. Like I'm
agree.
not haggling over a price. We're not
Like, if
haggling.
she would have offered and been like, oh, like, I should have given you my points, I'm going to bump this up. Yes,
Then you'd be
absolutely.
like,
Thank
okay,
you.
thanks. Yeah, thank you so much. I really appreciate that after our conversation. Like, that's fine. But to then be like, well, since you said I should have gotten more points, give me the more points, basically. And it's inappropriate. And I
It
like,
felt dirty. I
it
couldn't
felt,
do
right,
it.
it feels dirty. It feels
It's
like,
icky, like I
ugh.
can't.
Like, no, and it feels just right. Because then you have to see it. I mean, it feels like, I don't know, it feels like you're stepping a line that just is
Yeah.
inappropriate. And there should be like a line with professors. I think like boundaries are so important. I think something we've also learned from law school, and a reflection back to my first
The
question,
segment, the
boundary,
package, back to
the
the
package,
package.
the package is like boundaries. Like law school and like the year after that have taught me, like, have reaffirmed that boundaries are okay.
Yes. And it's really funny because one of the people that I did have a falling out with during that time was very adamant about me setting boundaries, but she wanted me to set those boundaries with my family. And the funny thing is she taught me how to set boundaries, and I ended up setting
Hey,
them with her.
exactly.
But you know, you live and you learn.
But see, again, as much as we would want to talk shit, we want, like, honestly, again, Jen and I really can be like very like, honest and be like, well, yeah, at least they helped us out in this way. Like they really, the people we've had a falling out with, they did teach us a lot, and honestly, I appreciate them for
I
that,
do
because
too.
I am a lot. I've had to learn to be a little less like hesitant about friends and be okay to be like a little more open. But I've learned the medium of like boundaries, because like it's thanks to them. And you know what? Shout out to them. I know they listen. I know they care. So if you're listening, thanks. You know
Shout
who you
out to
are.
you. We
Shout out to
appreciate
you.
it.
This is the only shout out you get, because if I actually see you in real life, hands on sight. This is the only nice thing I'm ever gonna say.
Um, Before
But
we wrap it up though, I because we're hitting that hour mark.
oh my God, we've been talking for an hour. That's
Yes,
crazy.
I
Sorry.
do have to give a shout out because I promised I would because
Yes.
my little cousin asked
Oh,
me.
yes, do it.
He is so excited, and I am so excited for him. He is getting baptized this weekend,
Oh, very
and he is
exciting.
like over the moon. So I just want to
Yes.
give a quick shout out to
Yes.
Owen. We are
I
so
love
excited
that.
for you. I can't wait to be there. And of course, go eat after because we love food, and I know you
Oh,
love
of
food, Owen.
course. Yeah.
So yeah, so that's just wanted to throw that in
Amazing. Well,
there.
congratulations to Owen. That's really sweet. We know that Owen's a big fan. Owen's honestly a reason we've had a lot of streams in the last episode. So
He
thanks.
loves us.
I love him. I think he's great. And honestly, just like his sister, if he wants to come on the podcast, he's
He
more than
is planning
welcome.
on it. He wants nothing more. So eventually you'll see Owen, and he is just a
I love
dear.
that. Maybe we'll do it in person. We'll do our in-person one. We'll see.
Yes.
I'm excited. Okay.
Okay. So
Fantastic.
Michael, where can the people find
So
us?
the people can find us on Spotify, TikTok, Instagram, Apple Podcasts, and YouTube. We've been
Whoop,
really
whoop.
good about getting onto YouTube. That one's a good one. I love YouTube.
Sorry, my mom's she knocked on my door and I thought she was just telling me hello, but apparently she's leaving. So sorry about
Oh.
that, guys. I was a little bit distracted. So again, I'm gonna make Michael repeat that for me. Michael, where can the people find us?
The people can find us on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, YouTube, Instagram, and TikTok.
Check us out, guys.
Check us
Catch
out.
us next week. Mom Talk.
Yes. Mom talk and yes, amazing. I'm so excited. Bye.
Bye.